Awesome. All right. So, hello, YouTube, the world, whoever is actually watching. Um, so I have a series that's called Pokemon Sword and Shield to Trash series. I have a playlist that's like a couple of videos. I wanted to make more stuff. Apparently, now there are the leaks about the future next Pokemon game, which is gonna probably be a remake that are out. I've seen some stuff. Uh, we're gonna talk about it. It's gonna include all this stuff on Sword and Shield though. Um, and I don't understand the hype on this anymore. I don't. Pokemon Snap, I understand. I understand like people looking at that and being excited. That's a completely different developer taking that. If Game Freak is doing this, I don't understand why people are excited. I don't understand why people are excited at Pokemon Snap as well, but I'm a cynic. So I'm gonna talk about it. I actually wrote down a couple of things of my complaints of Sword and Shield that aren't being addressed. Uh, a lot of the community doesn't talk about it. The people who do, like Distant Kingdom, get tons of stupid hate comments, and it's like, why? What? Like he's talking from a place where I want to see the series thrive and do better, and I don't want to. I want to buy the game and enjoy myself. I don't want to not be able to play something that sucks because the company just was incompetent. And by not saying the things that they're not doing right, we're aiding and abetting them. You're just promoting bad behavior. Here's the things that from Sword and Shield. Now, I can go on and on and on and on and on and on about Sword and Shield and how just like on almost every aspect, everything was completely just botched. Everything has this. We're gonna suck the consumer for as much money as possible, and this is a game series that is geared towards children. They've said this, even though the main crowd that grew up with this is now older. They've still said we are still targeting a younger audience. So for them to like put things behind paywalls and monetize things that really have no right being monetized, and just increasing the price, it's just some terrible predatory practices. And I think we should all call them out. Here's the things that I think are just horrible about the game, and things that if if any of these things are there in the next games, don't make them. Make the next Gen 9 game. Don't make a remake if these things are in there. And we're gonna so let me tell you what these are, and then we'll go from there. Uh, the low graphical quality of most of the game, and the parts of the game that look good are like the forest. Pieces of the caves look okay. Most of the game just doesn't look great. The graphical quality is not, and we're not even saying like character models or layout or concept of the world or anything. This game looks worse than every other main Nintendo game that came out for the Switch. Breath of the Wild, Mario Odyssey, uh, Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Links. Not Duel Links. What is whatever the Link Evolution-ish, whatever that game is, looks better. It's not even a Switch exclusive. Most of the game looks bad. And it's not even to the wild area because if I say bad graphical quality of the wild area, it's not my big complaint in the wild area. My complaint is the bad frame rate and frame stutters that are in the wild area, especially while you're online. Especially if you're on there, you get like what, 15 frames? You barely move the camera around without like little stutters like that. It is terrible. I didn't enjoy any of that at all. And if that's what it takes to get camera control, that needs to be fixed. The wild area is the same thing as ray tracing. If you can't have camera control and a frame rate with a good graphical quality, then you need to fix it. Like you don't just put it out there and then all three of those, like you only get one really, and then the other two things have to suffer because of that. No, too bad. You fucked up. The lack of end game content, Battle Frontier, catching legendaries, etc., everything that comes with it, added areas, rebattling uh, gym leaders, broken DLC features like Pokemon walking animations, something that's paid for. You have to pay in addition to paying for the game to buy this other thing that doesn't really work and is shitty. Animations that are reused and are animations that just have no soul to the character. You know, the Wingull that just sits there, the Swellow with its wings out that doesn't do anything. That stuff. How I want to say how, but I have to say hop, and they're essentially the same character. When you play the game, it's the same character. They barely did anything different. The amount of animations that are added to that are it's shocking to see how much they reuse from the last gen's rival that was on the DS. Battle animations that don't match the character models, Blastoise and his blasters, stuff like that. If you're gonna have a Pokemon and it's gonna be like Powdon and have sand coming out its back, Pokemon Snap actually got to show that. Uh, None of the 3DS games did. Black and White were the ones that showed off at Powdon, and that's it. And it's stuff like, you have all these Pokemon, and you're gonna add more stuff before fixing everything that's not there. The lackluster battle animations like Double Kick, a useless feature like camping that has bad animations and is rushed. It has Pokemon eating out of the air, like Distant Kingdom says. It literally has them, like, for the high quality animations that they promised us that they didn't deliver on. Availability of transferring old Pokemon. Oh boy, here we go. This is where the rant's gonna start. But I'm gonna come back to. I'm gonna highlight this, and I'm gonna come back to that because I will keep going and going and going and going. The online battle timer. Here, something that I didn't have a problem as much because I returned the game after 3 months, and after I played for a month and then it sat there for 2 months, and I waited for a good rebate to return it. A good trade-in deal. And other online restrictions. No 6v6. You can't create your own. Why can't I create my own custom battle rules? And I can just play them with a friend. If I want to have unlimited time with 6 Pokemon, I can have unlimited time with 6 Pokemon. Why not? And then cut content being thrown into DLC, which essentially the Let's Go Mew debacle all over again. You're putting something that exists currently, you're cutting it out, and you're putting it into somewhere. Now, Mew could have been, hey, you do all the Master Trainers, you get Mew, and then you get to do the Master Trainer. That's a long time to have 150 level 70 Pokemon, and you battle all the trainers. That takes a while, especially since you can't catch them all in one version. That's rewarding a player for completing the game. Nope, gets thrown behind the Pokeball. Kubfu and most of the stuff that came with, like Isle of Armor, cut out. Mustard looked like he should have been there. Why does he have a card? Yeah, he just has a card for the DLC. Really? No, it's stuff that's cut out and put behind a paywall. And this is not a good business practice. Well, we're not talking about Gen 9. We're not talking about Pokemon whatever the hell is going to come next. This is supposed to be Diamond and Pearl remakes, which is supposed to be essentially Platinum remake. Because when you look at Let's Go Eevee and Pikachu, they're essentially yellow remakes. When you look at Omega Ruby, Alpha Sapphire, they have a little more in common with like Emerald and having this like joint storyline instead of like really splitting off. When they remake the games, the third game is usually where all the problems are fixed. The third game, the refresh, the crystal, the platinum, the black 2, white 2. And all of these things, like, why would you remake a game with a lot of these things here that aren't, like, they're already in the original game? Re-release the original. Re-release the original game for $20, $30, whatever you want to charge for it. $100, and have only the psychos buy it. Just re-release it. But everyone's so excited about this. Yay! Pokemon Diamond and Pearl remakes. Really? You want Diamond and Pearl remakes where the lackluster battle animations are still there? You still have to pay for transferring Pokemon over from one game to another. And now they're going to be on the Switch to Switch. So you still got to use Pokemon Home for that? Yeah, sure. Okay. Is the battle timer still going to be there in the online restrictions? What else? What are they going to cut behind there into DLC? Are they going to have a DLC? Why are they going to have DLC for a remake? What are you putting behind there? Stuff that was already in the original $35 game, and you're now going to charge $30 on top of $60 and then charge me however much Pokemon Home is to transfer everything. I mean, endgame content. There's no endgame content in Sword and Shield. And most of the fans were like, okay. Most of the fans were like, yeah, I got a complete Pokemon experience by the end of it. But did you really get a complete Pokemon experience for $60 playing the game? No, you didn't. So don't fucking bullshit everyone. Say, oh, I was happy. It's not about you being happy. It's about what's right and wrong. It doesn't matter if you're happy or not. I love Kingdom Hearts 3. It doesn't mean that I think everything around that production, everything that's to do with that game is great. No, there are things that I would tell to the director himself, hey, this was a fuck up. Period, the end. Does it mean that I won't say I like the game? No, because I enjoyed myself while I'm playing the game. But I can still point out the bullshit there. Like what's the DLC going to be is the big one. Is there going to be the Battle Frontier? Like why is Platinum, ask yourself why is Platinum so special? Why is Diamond and Pearl so special is a big reason is the physical special split. Like if that wasn't in there in that gen, would people remember it in the same way that they would remember Ruby and Sapphire, or the same way they remember Black and White? Probably not the latter. Yeah. So what makes Platinum so special? Well, once you complete the main story game, you get the national decks completely unlocked, and all the Pokemon are there. You get to find more. You get to rebattle trainers with whatever the Verse Seeker. Use the Dex Nav to find Pokemon. You find Larvitar in the first city. Yay! That's stuff like that's awesome. Extended areas, new legendaries and stuff that are all through there. You had Shaman and Arceus and all that shit. The Battle Frontier. Would Platinum and Diamond and Pearl be so special without the Battle Frontier? Would it really? I don't know. You know, a lot of the stuff that makes the originals what they are is not what Pokemon and Pokemon Company is anymore. Like that's just a fact. Anybody wants to argue that, you don't live in reality. Like this isn't subjective here. This is an objective opinion. Look at Pokemon's entire business model the last 5 years. None of that shit matches. Nothing. Look at it from X and Y. They just cut content from it and just said, all right, let's move on to the next one. You know, and then never came back. They didn't finish anything with Zygarde. Let's just throw them in the next game. Okay, sure. So I don't know why everyone is. I mean, I know why, because nostalgia and member berries and shit like that. But why get excited? Why get excited about a company that is essentially just destroying what you loved, so they can come out with something that you kind of like? Really? Really? Go put that budget into Blue Point and some other project through there. I would rather Blue Point remake Diamond and Pearl. You know, it's fucking dumb. Pokemon Company is scummy. They have predatory practices with the way that they handle monetary value of Pokemon, and that they're geared towards children. It's scummy. And as far as like fans go, play the original game. Go to an emulator, go piss off Nintendo, get the ROM, and go fucking play it. You know what? Like, and if that's illegal, if that's not acceptable in anything, then have them re-release it. Don't remake a game, cut half the shit out of it, put it behind a secondary paywall, and then if I want to transfer stuff into it, have this third completely different monetary system for transferring Pokemon in. No, it used to be you buy the game, you can get online because you got a DS and you got Wi-Fi at home. Cool. You can trade with people. You can battle people. You can transfer your old Pokemon. Period. The end. So this is just shitty. It's shitty. You guys shouldn't put up with it. And I don't know. Don't get excited for this. Get excited for it if there's actually something there to get excited. Don't get excited because, ooh, look, it's what I played when I was 10, but it looks nice. And it's 3 times the price, and you have to jump through so many hoops to get what you usually used to get, you know? What's fucking exciting about that? Nothing. Nothing. So that's it. I just want to bitch about Pokemon because I keep seeing people are just so hyped about this. So many, you know, you got CBR and all these different, you know, clickbaity bullshit websites that are just making all this stuff. Oh, leaks for the new Pokemon games. I remember Up till about December 11th, people were excited about this game called Cyberpunk, right? And what do people think about it now? Yeah, fucking exactly.